Okay, just did a video a few minutes ago. Welcome to session number 4,600 and I guess 93. Coming up on 4,800. We're going to give out prizes at the end. Maybe I'll begin to explain what I'm doing. Hello, my name is Ronnie. I think I'm going to start this whole thing over right at the beginning. Mommy, ABC. You don't learn ABC when you begin, right? You learn A. Okay. When you say mama, mama, you're learning 131. Mama, mama, 1313131. Dada, dada, 41414141. 13 14 13 14 27. The red son of creation of Big Red. Mama, mama, papa, papa. And in French, the half light. Papa, 161 161 161. I was picked up today and it was amazing. There was a herder. One of the guys had a little mustache. There was a herder. He was a herder. There was like 5 dogs between the two of them. Like, you're herding dogs? You're not hurting dogs. But I think I was with, listen to this, I was with the stone cutter. I mean, I feel like we're coming up to Passover, and I was seriously with the stone cutter. I absolutely swear to God, I was with the stone cutter. What was his name? One of the names was JJ. And the other one was, oh my God, I can't believe, I don't remember. I just did an IQ test. I had to remember everything. She told me visage, then she told me velour, and then she told me église, and then she told me marguerite, and then she told me rouge. Okay, I have to call, I'd like to call her back. I should call her back and and uh, and just tell her those. But anyways, so what I want to talk about right now is took a little shave before I went there, trimmed up my mustache a little bit. You don't want to walk in with a dirty shirt. God forbid they're doing an IQ test. I want to make sure I can walk down the street. Never mind, how'd you get here? I walked. Oh, that's why you look like that. I have to keep out of the way from the cars. So what we're going to go over, I'm going to show you what you could and what you cannot do in blackjack. And I just found this out because of my IQ test. So I want to come here and show you. Okay, in blackjack, if you get an ace and an ace, okay, what you can do is you can either call it 11 or 1. Now, in most situations, if you're playing the game, what the rules will tell you to do to get the best results. We want to play for the best possibilities and results, okay, according to the basic odds. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is this is now aces. They normally split aces if you have enough money. If you don't, obviously don't. You don't. And you don't always have to split the aces against a picture card. Okay, they don't always split aces against the picture card. And if you're counting cards as a certain thing, a lot of people say always split aces. 2 pictures, you have 21. The dealer can't beat you. Otherwise, if the dealer already has 21, you don't have to split them. Dealer must give you back your money. You can't split in the dealer because they have to check their cards. But anyways, that's the way they do it here, but I have to check those rules over. So you split them, you get 1 card only. So the ace only gets to live with 1 card, no more. The ace on obligation lives with 1 card. When the aces are split, they get 1 card. So when you have 2 aces and you split them, you don't get more than 4 cards. That means the ace goes with 4. Now, the things that will never happen is 11 for the first ace and 1 for the second ace equals to 12. All right, equals to 12. Or 1 and 1. If you want to use them both as 1, 1 and 1 will be 2. Now, if I got 9 on 12, I have 21. So the highest amount of cards I will get on an ace-ace combination will be a 9. That'll be the highest one. Okay? If I use this as 1 and 1 is 2, I would be able to get to 19. But then all of a sudden, we will run into a problem. Because the only time you want to use that ace as 11 is when you have 10 or less. So here, the minute you get that ace, if the ace is the next card, you can use that as your 2 cards. The ace is the next card. So you now have 3 aces. Okay, we're going to go over here. It's 1 and 1 is 2. Now I seem to be ranting over myself. So you have 2 over here. Now if you're only using a 2 and you get a 5, you have 17. It's a soft 17. So you usually pull again. But if you get 6 and 2, When you have two aces, 6 and 2, two aces, okay, that's 18. That's a soft 18. You can stand or pull. They regard you to stop, okay, but the next card of a 3, 201 is all part of creation. The spirit, the Venus, and the soul, and one spirit, water and earth, 1 and 2, water and earth, 1 and 2. You go to the bathroom, it's water. You make a poop, it's 2. Little hole at the front, 1 in the back. Okay, so what happens is you get a 4 over here. So you take another card because all you have is 6. 6 or 12 plus 4 is 16. 6 or 16, 7 or 17, 8 or 18, 9 or 19. So the thing is, when you have 12 in blackjack with 2 aces, you can never get anything higher than a 9 because anything higher than a 9 will put you out of the game. Or you'll have to pull again, right? If I have 11 and 1 is 12. If I get a 10, I have 22. I can no longer use this as 11. I must use it as 1. Now I'm looking like this. If I get a 10, I got 12. Then I get 9, I was get my 19. But you cannot, the only way, anything below 9 on this, 9, there is no 19 on this. There is no 19. It's impossible. The highest anybody can get, okay, is actually, let me tell you, in blackjack, the highest anybody can get is 31. That's the highest you can get, right? Is it an obligation? Is it an obligation in blackjack to stand on 21? Or you can get 11 and call it 32. You get the doorway, but it's not the objectives of the game. When you have a hard 17, the highest card that you will get, okay, is none at all. 90%, and the rule of thumb is stand on 17. So the highest number you will get in blackjack is 26. And if you get an ace, you will then have 17. You can also make it look like 27, meaning that 17 and 27 could be the same thing because that's what the ace does. When you bring the ace into the game and you have 16 and you get one ace, that is 17. Okay, you can't count it as 11, but if you did, okay, it would be the 27 turning into the 17, the big red sun turning into the queen. Basic in numbers, you know what I'm saying? In numbers, everybody gets their numbers. The queen has to get, who replaces the big red sun? The queen does. What does the Pope get? He gets to be surrounded by a lot of water. A lot of water out there by that, what do they call it? Vatican City, right? Is that a country? Vatican City, a lot of water, a lot of baptizing going on over there in Vatican City. And it looks like, you know what that looks like? The anvil in your ear. The anvil in your ear, a lot of water surround, baptism. Looks like the brain is having vibrations right now. Empty and feel the cells for the vibration, to feel the spirit that we breathe in and we load up with. How much water did he get in? What is he breathing? What's the temperature outside? Can he breathe so his brain can think? Is it the air we breathe and the food we eat from the beta system that relinquish us the ability for the mind to think and rotate with all the microprocessors that are in it? But they don't call it that. They just say it's a brain. We're not sure how this works and we're not sure how that works because we might actually be working from a secondary system. An element that's in this system, that's in a secondary system, that makes our whole body work or the whole body fall down. Microorganisms, almost like saying, let's hook up the electrical power and make everything work. How are you watching me right now? You see what God has created. The body is doing what the computer does and what the screen does to make me move all around, and you can see everything. It's duplicating everything I do. So whatever's inside the computer is moving with me. So we saw over here in blackjack, right? Oh, that's pretty weird. Can't see the page again, eh? In blackjack, dealer stands on 17. 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. 10 and 10. They split this. This is blackjack. You see 2 and 10? The power, B and J. 20 becomes 26. 0, 62. 72, 82. This becomes 82. The blue ball becomes 82. Why? Because it's 0, 2 becomes 62. Because it's 10, it becomes 16 and 62. Oh, I made a mistake. 16 for this and 62, 78. That is the doorway. The reverse of a 10, 10. First of all, 78 minus 1. And 7 plus 9 or 7 plus 0. 8 minus 1, 8 plus 8. So it's a resident angel. I'm going to have to show you exactly what this is. I just can't say it. You won't understand. Okay. What happens is it becomes 0, 2, okay, and 10, right? This becomes, what all of us, why is this happening to me? Let me just get this over here. Okay, so we get 0, 2. So this becomes 62, and this becomes 16 equals 78. This is 1 and 0 and 9, and this one is 1 and 8. Birth of the angel resident. 5 times 8 equals to 90. Why? This is 3. This is 2. What does this mean? 7 and 0 is 7. 9 and 7 is 16. 8 minus 1 is 7. 8 and 8 is 16. 77. We're all going to the 7 world, the half-light, 7 and 8. If you bring it to the nearest dollar, this becomes 5, this becomes 0. 17 plus 6, this becomes 23, 24, 25. This usually is split or stand. This is 32. 10 and 10 is 32. The picture cards. Okay, we come in through the picture frame. Why would it be a picture frame? Because it might be a square box like this and we go right through it. We're on one side of the picture or on the other side of the picture. It comes in. It's almost like we live in a box of some sort. You know, the trains, they run in boxes. They don't run round. The squarer you are, the more you can put in. I mean, you're going to talk about knocking off the air and running into the air. It wouldn't matter. When something round is big enough, it's the same thing as being square when it's a little bit smaller. So we have this number over here, 62 and 16, which stands for the 56 and 15 and equals to the gateway 71. So we understood this over here is now 12. This is 12. And it's also 78. 12 is over here. Ace and ace is your first 12. It's either 10 and 2, right? It's either 10 and 2 that's going to make your ace, or it's ace and ace that's going to make your ace. Everything else is under the value. 9 and 3 is 12. But 3 is already in creation. 1 plus 2 equals to the 3, so you're able, but 1 and 2 are unique in their own, right? They're one of each. That makes the 2. They're different. The reason I added this is because, well, let me do it two ways, okay? This would be 17. This would be 17, and then we're going to take it. It would also be 11, 12, 13, and this would be 32. Instead of that, it would be 4 and 4, or this would be 8. Why is this 8? Because if I go plus, it becomes 16 and 16, 32. Okay, 16 and 16, 32. If I go minus, this becomes 10 minus 6 is 4, 10 minus 6 and 4, 10 and 10 is now 4 and 4. And 10, 4 is your CB communications, CB number 2 and 3. Now if we go to 9, you only minus 6, minus 6, minus 6 and plus 6. It'll all be a difference of 12, 12, 12, 12. This will be 5, 6, 7. Adding these, this one will be 2, 3, 4. This is your jail. 5, 6, 7 was last year's Kentucky Derby. I'm assuming this year is going to be 3, 4, 5, the combination, because of this. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Create your 10, 10 Queen World. Just like the Super Bowl was 24, 10, X and X together. So now we go down and all this, we end up with 34 in every single one of these boxes. DC creation. You want to mark it discontinued, we can mark it that way. But blackjack is not the same. The spirit in 10, blackjack means 10 minus 1 equals 9, 11. X, 1, X. M and W in the same word. So we basically put these numbers together. 0, 2 becomes 62 becomes 8. So 2 becomes 8. And once you know 8 is there, 8 always gets 6. 2, did I do this right? 8 always gets 6. 8 always gets 6. The reverse of, yes, I'm looking, this is 2 cards. This is ace and ace. This is over here. I'm thinking that 5 and 3. Do I have this? My 5 and 3, right, is 8. I turn it over, I get 6, right? So if I have now 2, right, if I have now 2, I turn it over, I have 12. So I have to correct this now. So I'm going to correct this. So if I have 2, I now get 12 because this is 1 and 1. See, if I explain it to you properly, right? You always have to work by twos. Everything is by twos. You and your reflection. If something's coming to you, something's going away from you, something has to be running the machine. Are you running the machine? That's not a good explanation. Forget that. Okay. If it was 8, it would become 6. So 8 equals to total of 14, and this one equals to a total of 14. There's always going to be 14 all the time. Just like I showed you 11, 12, 13 over here. Just like mama and papa, or dada, or grandma, or grandma. Okay? 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. You know what happens when you add 13 and 31 together? It becomes 44. And 31 becomes 75. You know what happens when you put 13 and 31 together? I'm going to give you an IQ test. They're not the same. I put it the opposite way. This becomes 44. And then you have to go 13, and this becomes 57, 57, 75, 13, 13, 13, 11 times 11 times 11 times 11. This one becomes 16, becomes 7, 1, 7, 1, 7, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. And grandma is 25. Okay? And then it becomes 1, 5, 4, 1. 3.14159265, part of in grandma, and then there's grandpa. See, ma and pa are at the end. Gran. Anyways, we'll leave this at this. This is the blackjack. What happens in blackjack? There's also doubling down, but you can double down on any 2 cards. You know, you can split any 2 cards and double down in most places, right? But it's regarding that you really don't want to split on anything other than certain cards and the rules and regulations. We can take this to a higher level when we need to. I want to say Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. If you and the dealer sat at the table, okay, and you only took, how many hands can you play? And I already figured that out in a previous video, but there's 52 cards. You can get 25 cards each. One has to be a box card. One has to box a card of another card. Okay, one card disappears, so you will not be able to play the final hand. So the total proper hands would be 14 between 2 people, right? But then what do you do with the 2s together? That'll make up 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you use up the 2s and the 3s, you add them together, you have 20. And I'm going to do a video about that, how to get 21 with all the cards. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.